Okay, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning meditation. So the first thing that we do when we sit down to meditate is we establish our compassionate intention. So we'll just take a moment to generate compassion for all sentient beings and giving rise to bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. Okay, and then we'll say the 7-line prayer. So we'll say this 3 times, and we'll do this in Tibetan. Om Organ Yogi Num Jansam Pemage Sardompola Yatsen Chugi Ngodrupne Pema Jongne Jesudrag Kordu Kandro Mangpo Kor Ketki Jesudak Drupki Jinji Lop Cheer Shek Su So Guru Pama City Home Organ Yogi Num Jansam Pema Ge Sardompola Yatsen Chogi Ngodrupne Pema Jongne Jesudrag Kordu Kandro Mangpo Kor Ketki Jesu Dak Drupki Jinji Lop Cheer Shek Su So Guru Pama City Home Organ Yogi Num Jansam Pemage Sardompola Yatsen Chogi Ngodrupne Pema Jongne Jesudrag Kordu Kandro Mangpo Kor Ketki Jesu Dak Drupki Jinji Lop Cheer Shek Su So Guru Pama City Home. Okay. So in this class, we will be practicing 3 different types of meditation. So the first meditation that we'll be doing is called Shamatha, or calm abiding meditation. And Jetsunma has taught that meditation is the natural state of mind when it's relaxed, stable, and open. When our mind is calm and settled, there's a spaciousness that allows time between action and reaction. But that's not how our minds normally are. Minds are normally not calm and settled. They're normally running wild, and when our mind's agitated and wound up and out of control, our mind controls us instead of the other way around. So the point of this meditation is to create space in the mind, which helps us to balance our emotions, and we are training our mind to be calm and relaxed while also being alert and wakeful. So for this practice, all we do is rest our attention on our breath. Very simple. So in our comfortable seat, and place our hands in your lap. Traditionally, we hold one hand in the other with the thumbs touching, and place the hands so the thumbs are just below the navel, but you can also just rest your hands on your thighs. And check in with your posture. Make sure your spine is straight. Shoulders are back. Your eyes remain open, looking downwards. So you can imagine a line following the bridge of your nose and extending down to the floor, and find a point along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth. It's like saying the letter L. And allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally. Just settle into your natural rhythm of breathing. And then put a very light attention on your breath. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe naturally with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on it. Just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. As you meditate, thoughts will come up, and that's okay. When thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. Don't even look to see what they are. Just let them pop. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So when you find yourself following a thought, just drop it and return to your breath. So we'll do this for a couple minutes as a warm-up round, and then we'll take a break and we'll do a little bit longer. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. Okay, so that's our warm-up round. And we'll try that again now for a little bit longer. If you're finding it difficult to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine using tongs to pick up the thought and drop it, or you can visualize cutting the thoughts with scissors and throwing them away, and then again return to that single-pointed concentration. And also, if you're feeling sleepy today, you can try raising your gaze a little bit so that more light is coming into your eyes. And if you're feeling like you've got a lot going on in your head today and you've got a lot of energy in your mind, you can lower your gaze so that your eyes are like a little bit more closed, like there's less light coming in your eyes. So that's some of the ways we can help ourselves. All right. Okay, so let's meditate again. We'll go for a little bit longer this time. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. So that is the practice of shamatha meditation. And the next practice that we'll be doing is the practice of Tonglen, which is done to develop our compassion. And in this practice, we imagine taking the sufferings of others into ourselves and sending them our happiness. So we'll begin by envisioning one or two beings for whom you easily feel compassion, whose suffering particularly touches you. This could be your parents or a sibling, your partner, your kids, your cat or dog. It could be someone, you could be a child in a war zone you've seen on the news. It could be anyone for whom you easily feel compassion. Think of one or two people like this and contemplate their misery and put yourself in their place, imagining what their experience must be like and giving rise to compassion. And cultivate in your heart the fervent wish to relieve this person's suffering and secure their happiness. Like the wish that if you could take away their suffering, you would. And then bring your attention to your breath. Following the natural rhythm of your breath. As you breathe in, visualize that as you inhale through your nose, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke. Imagine that they become completely free of misery. And as you breathe out, visualize that you are sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities and all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant, pure light, bringing them limitless joy. You might think as you breathe in, may you be free of suffering. And as you breathe out, may you be happy. And then now we're going to shift our visualization a little bit and repeat this again. This time, visualize one or two people for whom you feel intense anger or aversion. This could be someone you know or someone on the news, but just someone for whom you feel intense anger or aversion. Think of that person. And again, put yourself in their shoes and think of the ways in which they suffer and cultivate that desire to remove their suffering and bring them happiness. And bring your attention to your breath and following the natural rhythm of your breath, breathing in, visualize that as you inhale, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke, and they become completely free of misery. As you breathe out, visualize sending all of your positive, loving qualities and all sources of enduring happiness as radiant, pure light, bringing them limitless joy. Remaining, keeping this breath visualization going, we're going to expand our visualization to include all beings for whom you have similar feelings of anger or aversion. So now, visualizing a larger group of beings, we continue to inhale, taking in all of their suffering, and exhaling, sending them our happiness. And I'll do this one last time. Now increase the scope of your visualization to include all sentient beings. Visualize all beings, all humans, all animals, all beings that we cannot see from all of the 6 realms, the beings in the God realms or the hell realms, the hungry ghost realms, all beings. And breathing in, inhale all of their suffering as black smoke, and exhaling, send them happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. For our last meditation, we're going to do a guided meditation written by Jetsunma Akonlamo. This is called the Light Expansion Prayer. And this meditation helps to dismantle our sense of separateness. Jetsunma has taught that whatever pain or suffering that we've experienced in our life comes from the illusion of separation, that we are separate from others. So this meditation helps us to remember our oneness. Let us become still. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Again. Let us center deep within. Center deep within. Deep within to the presence of the Absolute. And there is radiance. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the physical body. And all of the physical body is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill our beings on all dimensions. And all that we are is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill everyone here. And everyone here on all dimensions is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this building. And all of this building is filled with the light of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this nation. And the government of this nation is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. And the people of this nation are one life. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace planet Earth. All nations and all governments are filled with the presence of the Absolute, and there is peace. And the 8 billion are one life, radiant. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill this galaxy. All planets, all stars, and all life forms are within the embrace of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the universe. All dimensions and all kingdoms are filled with the presence of the Absolute. And in all the universe, there is only one life. Now, as we return our consciousness back to physical form, we continue to embrace all that is and to know union, that we are one. So now at the end of our practice, we say these dedication prayers. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and bodhisattvas all together, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have. Similarly, I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Thanks. And after this, we have Rio Sangshed at 12 in a few minutes. You're welcome to stay for that as well, our smoke offering practice. For those of you online, they'll also be online on YouTube. Or no, that's on Zoom. So if you're watching online, you can join us on Zoom.